Hello everyone, what's up? It's KraDeNine, and we're coming to the tail end of Shadowbringers, and we're prepping ourselves for Endwalker. Now, I did make this video before about a month ago, but I wanted to go ahead and tell you guys what you should be doing in the next couple of days, because we are going to be having a 24-hour maintenance between December 2nd and December 3rd between 4 a.m. and 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll have the lodestone information in the, description down below, so go check that out. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because today we're going to be talking about, like I said, preparations. Now, there is a couple of things that you should be doing in the last couple of days, and I'm going to start off in saying this: please organize your inventories. That is probably going to be the biggest thing I can advise anyone, no matter if you're a new or old player, of what to do. When you're going into a new expansion, you're looking into new materials for crafting, new gathering materials, new crafting materials, new gear from dungeons, new drops, new ventures. There's a lot of new items, and you don't want your inventories fully clogged with things that might not be as relevant anymore. Throw them on a retainer, throw them in your chuggable saddlebag, but make sure everything is organized and everything you have are things you're going to be using. There are some items that you're just not have, there's kind of just no purpose to have anymore, so if you're not sure about what that item you have is for, go ahead and do a quick Google search, see what the item is for, and maybe you can trade it as a currency, or maybe it trades into or crafts into another item and complete that item, right, for your crafting log. There's a lot of things you could be doing, so just make sure you're prepped for that, so that way, once Endwalker comes around, you have a clean inventory, you know where everything is, you are good to go. The next thing is the mid-level experience reset. Now, some people might be confused on what this means. So, for example, if you're level 80 on everything, you're fine. Don't worry about it. If you have a level 72 character, let's say your white mage is level 72, and its experience percentage bar is about 62% or 90% or anything that isn't, either 0 or the next level over, it will go back to 0 experience. This is an issue that Square Enix has said that they have to kind of do to mitigate some issues on their side of things, so just level up if you can. So if your white mage is at 90%, get that extra 10% before the servers go offline on Wednesday night, or I guess technically like morning, but you know what I mean. So that is something you want to make sure you get done. I don't know if this affects the Chocobo companion. I do not believe so, but don't quote me on that. But again, if you want to be safe about it, rank up your Chocobo, but I do not think that they are affected by this level thing. I think it is purely only your battle classes and your crafting and your, well, pretty much everything that's your character, right? So again, take the time out of your day, level everything up. If it's at like 10%, don't stress it. 10% isn't really much to lose. But I would say if you're above 60%, you might want to go ahead and put that a little bit of time, get it leveled up, make sure it's as close to 0 as possible, so that way you're not losing anything or much at all. The next thing to talk about is going to be the Moogle event currently going on. Now, the Moogle event is insane. This is probably the best one we've had thus far, because you're getting quality amount of tomes for a really short amount of times if you're doing the Blue Mage stuff. Now, you want to make sure you turn in all of your tomes, all of them, before the servers go offline. Now, we don't know if the older items, this current set of items, will disappear come Endwalker, but it's better to be safe than sorry. If you don't plan to log in on Tuesday or Wednesday, make sure that you are going to turn in all your tomes to get whatever you want. The jacket's really nice. I'm personally going for a bunch of MGP, so that once Endwalker comes out, if there's new items, I have whatever I want unlocked right away. That's something you guys want to prep for, because again, time is kind of the essence here, and we're trying to get everything done that could be missed out. Something that people don't really talk about is the Unreal. If you're trying to get that achievement, partner in tea time or something of the sort, or you just want to play Fox Trials a couple more times, this is your last chance to do it. You have the next, well, if you're watching this video on Monday, you have the next 2 days to do them. So make sure you're getting your tells and your retells and all of that stuff, because again, Unreals are temporarily going away. They will be coming back in 6.1 allegedly, but do be prepared that for 6.0, there are no Unreal trials. Again, 6.0 should last about 3 to 4 months. Again, prep yourself for that. If you want to do Unreal, it's currently Leviathan. If you haven't done Unreal, go give it a shot. It's actually not that bad, and it's really fun to have a much harder version of an older fight, in my opinion. That is all of that. Let's talk about the fastest way to get one free level that most people are talking about. Wondrous Tales. So you're going to go ahead and talk to Khloe, Loey, Maloney, and get a book. Finish all 9 of them, but do not hand in that book. It expires in 2 weeks. This unfortunately will only apply to those players watching this video today, because if you're watching this on Tuesday or Wednesday or even the Thursday shutdown, unfortunately it is a little bit too late. And I'm sorry about that. I should have made this video a couple days ago, so that is on me. But the goal is get your book, complete all 9, do not turn it in. Wait until Friday when Endwalker officially releases, turn in that book. You get a free 50% on top of potentially new items on the options. And then you can get a brand new book right off the bat, complete those 9, and congrats, you got a free level for just probably 10 minutes of your time if you're doing everything on sync. For the Reapers and the Sages of the chat, we're going to go ahead and talk about getting your gear. Again, I talked about a lot of this in my prior video about a month ago, but I feel like I should elaborate a bit more. If you're going to be playing Sage or Reaper, for one, get your level 70 gear and level 80 gear prepped. You can get the Poetic stuff in Ragdar's Reach for both of the classes. They're going to be the Healer and the Dragoon. And same thing for level 80. Just go ahead and go and use the newest Poetics. Let me open up Final Fantasy. I forgot what they're called for some reason. It's not Allegory. It is Revelation. You're going to go ahead and get yourself the Revelation tomes. Turn them in. Get yourself the 530 stuff. And congrats, bada bing, bada boom. You are good to go. But make sure you're also capped out on tomestones for Friday. Most of the poetic ones, because the 530 stuff does become available for poetic users. So what happens is that whenever there's a new expansion, the older content transitions its poetic system into the most newest one, right? So anything in Endwalker will be the newest tomestones, while the older stuff, like, you know, anything from A Realm Reborn, anything from Heaven's Ward, Stormblood, Shadowbringers, all of those will be tomestones of poetics. And I realized I just use poetics and tomestones interchangeably. I'm wrong about that. And yeah, really good way to get your stuff geared up, really cheap, really fast. But again, if you're trying to power level them, this is going to be your best option. You want to do this in advance. It does make things a lot easier. That's that, right? Pretty easy stuff, nothing too big or important. The next thing I want to talk about is if you plan to change your race to the bunny. The Bunboi, the Bunny Boy, the Wabbit season, you're gonna want to take off. It's gonna sound so weird saying this. You want to take off everything. Make sure you use your Fantasia on Wednesday or Tuesday or whatever, right? Use your Fantasia whenever you want. When you log off on Wednesday, take off all of your clothes. Make sure you have nothing but your weapon equipped. The reason why is when you log in on Friday, you can instantly turn into the Bunny Boy because the server queues are gonna be nuts, right? Do you want to sit in line for like an hour just to log in, take off all your clothes, log in again, and then change into a Bunny Boy? No. So what you do is you prep for it. You equip the Fantasia, take off all your clothes, and then when you log in on Friday, the first thing you'll do is Fantasia into the Bunny Boy. Again, you have the Fantasia already active. You're prepped for the race change, you're all good, you log in, congrats. Your first login for the day, you become a Bunny Boy. You save time, and you don't have to waste your time in queues. That's pretty important. For the most part, that is what I feel is the most important stuff. There are things like the challenge log and the beast tribes if you want to do them in advance. I personally don't care for that. I don't think that level advantage for that is really that high. And I feel like a lot of the challenge log stuff you're going to be doing passively anyways. So it's not going to be that major of a boost. The other thing is obviously, if you want to go ahead and view some old footage for old content, maybe replay some stuff in New Game Plus, you have some time for it. It was advised to us that the older raid series will play a certain part in this. So just make sure you're caught up in the Crystal Towers, the Void Ark, and then whatever Stormblood was, the Rapasad something. But whatever that is, right? I don't think that your dungeon will be played too much of a big impact, so don't worry about that too much. If you played the original Nier, you're more than fine. I think that's about it that I would like to more or less talk about. Make sure you sell whatever you need to sell in advance. Make sure your belts are desympathized, or you just store them away if you want to keep them for whatever reason. I don't believe there's much more that is going to be incredibly impactful. Get your ultimates out of the way, your savages out of the way if you want to. Make sure you clear that before Endwalker. Rotations will change. So be prepped for that. So if you're going into like tea, try to clear tea before Wednesday, because your rotations might change drastically for all we know, because things like red mages and summoners are getting a pretty decent change with the use of magnification and just a whole class overhaul in terms of summoner. I think again, that would be all. Get your food ready, all that stuff. Potions, if you want to do potions, I don't really suggest it. I think the grind between 80 and 90 would be more or less fine. You don't need to stress that. It's mostly the end game content, so like the level 90 stuff, that's gonna be more of the lookout. Make sure you have some leaves ready to power level your miner or botanist. I would normally recommend using everything on coffee biscuits. I am kind of debating on what might be worth more. If you have leaves and you have a level 78, I believe, Culinarian, you can go ahead and dump the rest of your leaves on coffee biscuits if you do not plan to level up miner or botanist day 1 to 90. Otherwise, you will need to keep as many leaves as you can. We did hear that they are getting a nerf in terms of the amount of experience you get and the amount of gil you get per leave, but it is still going to be your most optimal source of experience. So you might want to level up your crafters or your gatherers to 80 as soon as possible, because we don't know if it's going to retroactively adjust the prior content. So again, if you want to utilize your coffee biscuits while you can, now is the time. If you want to utilize your leaves for the fullest amount of experience, again, now is your time. And yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you guys do enjoy Endwalker. I will hopefully be streaming it on twitch.tv/KraDeNine. Link is in the description. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or any kind of advice, by all means leave it in the comment section down below, or hit up my Discord, and you know, people will be glad to help if it is possible. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this quick little video, even though it's been 12 minutes. It's still quick, relatively speaking. And I will see you guys soon. We have a lot of content coming up. I'm excited. Take care. And make sure you get sleep. That's actually important. Screw everything else. Like, get your sleep. Do not stress. Enjoy the content. Don't rush it. Enjoy yourself. That is the most important thing ever. Alright, later guys.